How's everyone doing? Mask here, and as you all know, Superb Taya was released this morning, and honestly, out of all the roaming duelists we've had in the past couple of events, months even, this is one I'm finally inspired to whip out the farm deck and grind it out, because Taya's dropping some pretty sweet cards. We're going to take a quick look at them. You got a lot of synergy starting to happen, all revolving around the Sanctuary in the sky, the new counter trap, Divine Punishment, which is insane. As long as you have Sanctuary in the sky on the field, this card will negate the activation of a spell, trap, or effect monster's effect and destroy it with no discard cost, like we've pretty much seen for every other. This is basically an Ultimate Providence with no discard effect. Just boom, done. Get out of here. And to make it even easier, we can run 3 copies of Sanctuary in the Sky and have 3 copies, 3 copies of this new card, Zera Diaz, which I'm sure I'm butchering, Herald of Heaven, which is in the class of the 2100 attack, 800 defense monsters that can be discarded to search out the field spell from your deck. We've seen this. We have a similar one for a Legendary Ocean, and a similar one for the field spell that interacts with the Destiny heroes that I'm forgetting. Forget about that. Anyhow, I'm pretty excited to try out this counter trap deck. So I've been farming Taya non-stop since the event launched. And you have Harvest Angel of Wisdom, which is great because when it's destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you get to add another counter trap back to your hand. Needless to say, we haven't seen synergy this good coming out of a roaming duelist in a long time. So I'm really excited to try out this deck and get it under my belt. That being said, let's farm Taya. As you can see on the right side of the screen, I got a farm deck up. Elements Unite, a good old classical Elements Unite deck with the Paradox Brothers. And I think the deck that's probably going to pop on screen here will be sort of the original Paradox Brothers Element Unite deck that I've always farmed things with. We ran 3 copies of Gravekeeper's Recruiter, 3 Wonder Wands, which has insane draw power. Matching one of these up is you draw 3 cards out of your deck, which is great. Basically these 3 cards and the 3 Wonder Wands adding up to 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whereas if you're to go to replace them, the only things you could replace them with are cards like this that are only going to let you go +1, including Jar of Greed, which made it worth running the Recruiter and the Wand because you simply had better draw power. Problem is Taya plays the counter traps, and if you were to summon Gravekeeper's Recruiter, go to equip it with a Wonder Wand, and Taya negated the Wonder Wand equipped, you're going to be sitting there with a 1200 attack monster still on the field that she's going to be able to attack and do damage to us. So we can't have that. That would brick the farm. You're not going to get the 8,000 points you want. So instead, we're going to triple up on all the draw cards we have available to us. And don't be discouraged if you guys don't own all these cards. The only cards that you currently see that actually are core to this deck are Gravekeeper's Vassal, Calgo Claw Crow, the Union attacks. We're running 3 in case one gets Magic Jammered. Spiritualism, we're going to use to bounce Taya's field spell back to her hand to make her counter traps useless. And Secret Pass to the Treasures, which is going to allow Gravekeeper's Vassal direct attack at the end. Now, the last card I've been adding, I've seen a lot of people do a couple different things. I've actually been really liking Skull Angel to finish this deck off. And the cool thing about Skull Angel is if it's stuck on the field and Taya didn't attack into it for whatever reason, it's fine. If you have 1 card left in your deck, flip Skull Angel face up. You'll draw the last card in your deck. Like drawing to the end for you. You get to end a turn early. Then you simply don't summon Caligo Claw Crow because they both have 900 attack. Skull Angel is going to perfectly fill the space that it once possessed. So here's the deck list. This matches the one I got on screen on the right side. Let's get down to the farm. I mean, it's lightning fast, super simple. A couple rules you have to follow at the very end just to make sure Taya isn't going to mess things up for you. All right, let's head into the duel here. Now, a very important thing I need to point out to you guys, and I have the card up on the screen now to do it right away when we're starting the duel. This deck is cookie cutter, play your draw, finish it super fast with one exception. If Taya has this card, Meltiel, Sage of the Sky, still probably butchering it. If she has this card face up on the field, guys, do not play a spell or trap card. she will play the counter trap and then destroy your Gate Guardian, and it will ruin your entire farm. And yes, I am bringing you this news just after failing a farm myself because of it. I was like, Gate Guardian? What happened? I played Shard of Greed. She popped the counter trap. Boom! My Gate Guardian's gone. Oh my gosh, it was horrible. So leave your Gate Guardian like this. If she plays Meltiel, whatever you want to. I know I'm gonna butcher the name, but if she plays the card when a counter trap is activated, destroy a card in the field. You need to kill that monster with the Gate Guardian before activating another spell or trap, obviously, or you lose the game. Moving on. Quick, easy. One of the only times it's going to happen as well is if Taya goes first and opens up with that monster in attack mode. So it's quite rare, but if Taya goes first, she will flip that card face up, and that's when problems can start happening. Or if when you go to set Skellangel, if that's ever a play that you make, I mean, it's iffy. Some people run Reload instead of Skellangel just because you can mix the cards up, get to draw into some more draw. It's arguably better or worse. That's up to you to decide. But yeah, no matter what, look at her field. Make sure she doesn't have Meltiel on the field before you activate any spell or trap cards, because if she gets that counter trap off, that's it, you're dead. You just instantly kills Gate Guardian, farm's over. We got Shard of Greed going. We got Good Goblin Housekeeping, so we're going to pop off this turn. Don't need that. Put that back on the bottom of the deck. There we go. Jar of Greed. Good Goblin Housekeeping. Drawing all the cards. Union attack and go back down. We picked up the Skellangel. I'll actually get to use it this turn. We'll use it and we'll see. Like, this will be my decision as to whether or not I actually like using the card, period. That being said, I definitely didn't need to. I'm going to naturally draw to 3. Skellangel will bring me to 2. Jar of Greed will give me to 1. Legacy will deck me out next turn. So that's it. We don't need to set the last Good Goblin Housekeeping. Jar of Greed. Legacy. That'll be 3-2. Draw to 1, flip up Skellangel, and that'll draw us to 0. Perfect. All right, so last turn, start by playing Spiritualism. It's the first thing we do no matter what. Spiritualism cannot be negated. End of story. It's in the effect of the card. You don't got to worry about Magic Jammer. You don't got to worry about Divine Punishment, I think it's called. And that's it. Once the field spell's gone, the only thing that can stop you, this is a mistake. I keep doing this. Do not play Secret Path to Treasures first. We're only running 1 copy of that card. If she had the Magic Jammer set right now, we would have lost the farm as well. So it's back-to-back mistakes I've made. Actually, I'm probably going to show you this, guys, or show you guys this clip first, because I want to really iterate the fact that you can brick this farm if you play a spell or trap when she has the monster on the field that counters you. So I'm going to make sure that if people are only watching the first half of this, they get that information quickest. So this will be the first video I'm showing you guys. I'll show you the other clip, which I did record second, just because. I also make a mistake in it, and you'll see it. I overflowed my hand. This deck has a 7-card endgame, and I didn't respect that. I had 7 cards going into my last turn. I had to discard 1. Luckily, we have the 3rd Union attack. I was just able to discard that, no problem. And she had, once again, had already used the Magic Jammer, so we didn't have to use that 3rd Union attack as fodder to just activate the Magic Jammer with. And there you have it. 8,500 points. We got our first drop from Taya, Radiant Gerald. Not one of the ones that I'm super excited about, but... And I am sorry, guys. My voice might sound a little off today. I've been fighting a cold for the last couple days. It had me totally offline yesterday. I couldn't barely talk. It's just been like eating away at me. I think I'm over the hump at getting to the recovery now. But anyhow, managed to fill our void of time while we waited for the cards to get drawn. Obviously, right away, we're just going to go ahead and summon Gate Guardian. He doesn't have an effect activation, therefore there's no way Taya can negate it. And it's going to get on the field. Legacy's a beautiful start. Card draw, literally all we're going for with this deck. Use it. Come on, let's go. Only thing that's annoying about Legacy is the fact that you actually have to say, yes, please draw me a card. You think that they could simply for us, here it is, the Magic Jammer. This is the Magic Jammer that can potentially mess up our endgame, and is the reason we run 3 Union attacks, because we can't actually control that variable. Sure, we could run things like Storm and stuff to guarantee back row not being in the way, but honestly, the list that you see here is the fastest way you could throw this together and just rifle through the cards. Being disproved by drawing 3 non-draw cards in a row. That's super annoying. Here we go. We can get things going, even though this doesn't actually thin the deck, but it will allow us to get more draw cards faster, because I'm going to draw a card here, Divine Punishment, or I'm not going to draw a card. So we're through 2 of her counters already. She's only got 1 more left. I believe she only runs 2. I could be wrong. Regardless, we're prepared for however many she runs, because the Divine Punishments are useless once we activate Spiritualism. Spiritualism cannot be countered. When I do draw it, I'll pull it up so we can all read it together. But Spiritualism cannot be countered, therefore it guarantees bouncing Taya's field spell back to her hand, and once you accomplish that, Divine Punishment is useless. It no longer works. So then we don't have to actually play around it. Taya runs 1 Magic Jammer, and that's the reason. For example, if Taya were to set that Magic Jammer on the turn before your last turn, you would have no way of playing around it. So therefore we have 3 Union attacks on the off chance that she counters the first one. If you don't have 3 Union attacks, you can always put in a then simply, this deck is nothing but room. You can play around literally everything in this deck. Every single draw card is only here to end the duel faster. Return to the deck, Union attack, no problem. So put something like Storm in, or put some fodder in, chain a couple cards to Storm, wipe the back row out. Back row removal, put your own counter trap in, whatever it takes. All you got to do is counter the Magic Jammer to prevent one of your 2 Union attacks from getting stopped at the end of the game. So there's a bunch of, and I mean, if you're struggling at figuring out a way to make that swap, you can always ask us in the chat. Lots of people in the chat, or in the comments down below, sorry, that will be willing to help you out, as well as come check us out. You can come ask us on the Discord. We got a section in our Discord channel where we're all talking about how to farm Superb Taya, sharing deck lists with each other and whatnot. Return to the deck. We'll return Spiritualism. We don't need it to the... Oops. Or we'll return Shard of Greed. That is fine. It looks like we are not going to get another card off. We're drawing into our end game next turn, so I'll just end my turn. I don't believe this deck has Overflow. At least I'm almost certain it doesn't, but I may be about to be proved wrong. It does have Overflow, so I should have set one of my endgame cards here. This was a mistake on my part. Luckily, Taya has already used the Magic Jammer, so it's okay that I'm discarding my 1 Union attack. She does not have another one, so at the last turn here, you always have to start with Spiritualism. Use Spiritualism. We're going to bounce the field spell. Now, the rest of one of those 2 cards set, I guarantee, is another Divine Punishment. It's useless. It's not going to help her at all. Go ahead. Special summon Caligo Claw Crow. Gravekeeper's Vassal goes out now. Order of the rest of this doesn't really matter. Secret Pass to the Treasures. Make sure you use it on the Vassal. Double Union attack. And like I said, if we did not pop the Magic Jammer early, we're running through Union attacks in case she Magic Jammers one of them. And here we go. Battle phase. This should be exactly 10,000 attack. And we swing for lethal. And there we got it. This will be, with my build, it's probably getting real close to 9,000. But with no prismatic, no glossy, this will be 7,800 points. So you just need to get 2 glossy cards or 1 prismatic card in this entire deck, and you're good to go. You got the farm on lockdown, working your way towards that new Superb Taya counter trap deck. I'm pretty excited about it too. Those drops were okay. That's a super easy deck to farm Taya with. If you don't make mistakes, it's a 100% win rate. There's nothing she can do to deal with Gate Guardian, and the great thing is everybody now has access to Paradox Brothers, so it's a very easy deck to make. And like I said, once again, the only important parts to the deck are Gravekeeper's Vassal, Caligo Claw Crow, the Union attacks, which you only do need 2 of. If you only have 2 Union attacks, you need to have a method of guaranteeing you deal with Taya's Magic Jammer. So figure that out. If you need help on figuring that out, you can ask in the comments down below. Hop in our Discord channel. You can find a link to that in the description down below as well. We'll help you out there. Spiritualism, which is going to bounce Taya's field spell out and guarantee that her counter traps are going to do nothing. Now, Spiritualism is definitely the best way I suggest dealing with this, simply because it can't be negated, so you're not going to run into any problems. Other methods of dealing with her field spell can get countered by her counter trap, so it's like, it's not going to work. For example, Cosmic Cyclone, not going to work. She's going to counter with the counter trap, field spell's going to stay there, and she could potentially still have another counter trap set, therefore messing up your endgame. So that's it. Here's the deck I'll be using for the whole Superb Taya event. I hope it works well for you guys. If there's anything else you might want me to make, I know we've been out of the farm deck game, but feels great to be back. Thanks for checking us out, guys. Grab the link to our Discord in the description down below. Come join the family. Love to have you. 100% free to join the Discord. Hope to see you there. And yeah, stay classy.